I mean, like, how have you found? I mean, just by showing it. I mean, how have you been finding the reaction?
Well, I mean, it was shown on Wednesday. I got here yesterday, so today's my first day at the festival this year. I came here 2 years ago. I'd done a performance for a TV program called Le Grand Journal. We performed on the beach. But in terms of the festival, it's all pretty new to me. You know, the reaction in terms of the people that have been interviewing me in the press has been great, and the fact that everybody wants to talk about the subject matter of the film, you know, and not that the technical kind of side of making the film, you know, only tells me that no one's disputing the fact that I can direct, you know, and actually make films. Everyone seems to accept that I've managed to make quite a powerful film, and the stuff that they'd rather focus on is actually the subject matter, which is great. It means that I've accomplished that, you know. I've made a film just like a real film director, and people are starting to look at me in that way, to the point that they want to talk about the politics of the issues raised within the film, you know. So you know, for me, I've won already, you know.
What would you like people to take away from it, and maybe actually how would you like society to change? To actually,
I want people, if people watch this film and they have a problem with the theme, with the subject matter of it, then for me it's like, okay, well then you must have a problem with shit like that going on in real life then, right? Because if you do, then why aren't you doing anything about it to try and change it? You understand? It's like, people see that this is a negative film that's going to influence young people to go and act out in the way the young people do in my film. Then what they're saying is, oh, so you're aware that there's a problem with this kind of shit in real life, yeah? And if that is the case, if they are aware of that, then it's like, well, why aren't you doing anything to change it? Because I am. And for me, my music video, my album, and this film are bringing awareness to this subject, so that we can talk about it and discuss it, you know, and I can move closer to finding solutions to, like, we're never going to eradicate it, but we can prevent it, and we can stop kids as young as the kids in this film getting involved, you know, in this kind of shit, you know. And moving forward for me, you know, I'm starting my charity, which is going to work more like a trust, which is to bring in money and give money to what I call vigilante social workers, you know, people that are living within these environments, doing good things within their communities, trying to kind of change the kind of negative upbringing that these kids are having, and by doing positive things. And you know, because a lot of these individuals come from that environment themselves, a lot of them have criminal records themselves, although they're reformed characters. When it comes to the government giving them money, there's so much bureaucracy and red tape involved that they can't, you know. Politically, they can't be seen to be endorsing someone like that. With my organisation, I don't give a shit about politics. I don't give a shit about anything other than they're a positive person doing good things, and someone should be supporting them financially so that they can do it, carry on doing it. And so for me, like, having the Ill Manors video out, having this film out, having the album out, having anything that gets under people's skin and gets them angry enough to discuss this fucking issue, sorry for swearing, is a positive thing for me, because then it just brings awareness on my activities as a human being and what I'm trying to do with my charity and all those things there.
Because I mean, the whole thing is as well. I mean, like you do all the sort of backstories with the songs, you know, like, but you totally right in a lot of things. It just takes one thing to screw someone up, basically.
Yeah, but do you know what? It also takes one thing to make people believe that we are the masters of our own destiny, and you can be whatever the hell you want to be in this life. And a lot of these kids, it takes one thing, one traumatic experience, which shapes them as a human being. But they're still kids, and you can still intervene, and you can still implant positive seeds of knowledge in their head, which give them encouragement and belief that, you know, they can actually be something positive and they can succeed. And there's not enough people doing that, I don't feel. Not enough people putting that effort into kids. You know, but literally, a friend of mine who's a really successful actor in the UK, he was in a Sweeney film with me. I said to him, why did you want to become an actor? He said, I'd done a school play and this really famous Irish actor came down to watch it, and he singled me out at the end of the play, and he said, hey, you was really good, you know, what do you want to be? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like 8 years old. He goes, well, when you get older, maybe you should, you know, consider being an actor, because you have, you know, you have talent. And he left, and my mate never saw him again. But that is why he became an actor, and that's what gave him the confidence to be an actor. So that's someone coming and planting one positive seed of knowledge into one of these kids. You know, that affects their lives. And so I guess after, you know, Ill Manors is done, that's what I kind of want to promote as much as possible. You know, try and find more people that are willing to do that, and do it in these areas where the kids are deprived. You know, and they come from bad family lives, just like the characters within Ill Manors. You know.